What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. Heading into SmackDown today. There was an Ellsworth on the end of that next to the Uso, but he just vanished, which was weird. But it looks like we still have Rusev, Ziggler, Carmella, Becky, Big Baby, James Ellsworth, an Undertaker promo, the Usos and the New Day again. And myself in that weird Fatal 4-Way, which we might get to, I think, tomorrow, the way things currently look. Our news was that Asuka called out Trish, Ivory attacked Alundra Blaze, and Stone Cold Steve Austin built up momentum, beating Bret Hart before his match with Tyson Kidd. So let's get SmackDown underway. Dolph Ziggler defeats Rusev, falls count anywhere. Let's get into Carmella and Becky Lynch. Now, ideally, I'd put these two in the thumbnail for the video today. However, we've learned that putting Eva Marie in the thumbnail made YouTube go, oh, no, this video's not ad-friendly. Now, that was their robots doing whatever it is their robots do, right? Now, I disputed it, and I got it back. And I said, no, okay, now it's fine. But if the fact that merely putting a woman in the thumbnail means they're robots, like, oh, no, you're trying to clickbait because girl. And I'm like, no, that was what was in the video, you stupid robots. Anyway, I just missed that crossbody. Welcome to Thursday. This week is a complete blur for me. It's been very, very busy. And not enough filming, not enough videos, but just very busy for me. Which is, I don't like it. So, kind of a blur, but there is some stuff, there are some rumors, there are some things to discuss here in terms of wrestling. Yesterday, there was a 45-minute Nintendo Direct, which discussed upcoming games for the, next few months and whatnot. And normally that would not be a topic of discussion for wrestling because, whatever. P.S. Mario Odyssey looks amazing. That game that is my most hyped game right now for this year. But besides that, they had a little sports section going, hey, we got sports games on the Switch, you guys. We're gonna get FIFA, and we're gonna get NBA, and we're gonna get WWE 2K18 on the Switch. Slap. But most notably, number one, it had no release date, because the game still has no release date. And number two, there was no footage. There was no screenshots. There was nothing. It was, hey, here's a picture of Seth freaking Rollins. That's all you get. So I think for those of you who have a Switch, like me, and go, yeah, man, I would definitely like to see what that game is, what it looks like, what it does. I'm very, very curious. That was a very unique submission there, Becky Lynch. Very, very unique. Props on that. I don't think that game is making it out in this calendar year. I'd be very, very surprised if they actually made that happen, because we at least have footage of that game running on PS4 and Xbox One. There's been nothing for that Switch version. It is not day and date. It is, who knows when or where. Nice head scissors. What? Nice animation glitches, man. So, the only thing that we know about, that was a major reversal. The only thing we know about the Switch version of 2K18 is they've already started to cut some of the features, because they've already said, oh, it's going to have everything that the other ones have, except one of the big bullet points on the box, which is the 8-man matches, are not going to be on the Switch. So, one has to wonder, will anything else get cut in an attempt to make that game function properly on a, technologically inferior platform? I'm sorry, that's just math. That's just math. I like the Switch. I think it has amazing games, but it is certainly nowhere near as powerful as the baseline PS4 or the baseline Xbox One. Although they did announce a port of Doom, and that looked shockingly amazing for Doom on the Switch. That was completely that was like my holy crap moment of that whole thing. Was like, Doom? Really? Like, that was my top game of last year, was Doom. Because Doom was really, really good. German suplex. But in any event, obviously, my freaks and my peaks, holler if you hear me. The whole point is that thing is portable, so obviously there's going to be a gap in power between a portable system and a full-fledged console system. That's how video games work. Or that's how consoles work. Pump, handle, suplex. Pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure Carmella's her thing is the it's a submission hold, and she screams a lot or something. Anyway, moving on to other things that are not video games that are also wrestling rumors. We have a rumor that DDT that nope Becky nope we have a rumor that the Shane McMahon Kevin Owens Hell in a Cell match will be closing the show at Hell in a Cell. And that rumor also lines up with the fact that they're saying, and obviously we don't know until it actually happens, they're saying that Nakamura and Jinder will not be contested inside of a solid steel cell. Now, I feel like that the Singh Bros are like, oh thank God, we're not going to have to take any more crazy bumps. We already took crazy enough bumps in that Punjabi prison match. So, they are breathing a sigh of relief, if it is true. Again, rumors and rumors and rumors. So, now, personally, I'm an old school guy. I think that your world title should forever and always be the most important part of your show. And therefore, your world title should always be the main event of any promotion you're having a match in. Outside of the Royal Rumble, which obviously is the Royal Rumble. Like, that's the only exception. So they're going, oh yeah, we're going to have Shane and Kev do Hell in a Cell. And I'm like, yeah, but Jinder's the champion. And that should be the main event, regardless of who's the champion. That should be the main event. That's the one thing that got on my nerves for that very long run of CM Punk. His, 400 whatever day run as the champion. How many of those shows did he actually main event as champion? Not very many. Because they were like, oh, it's John Cena and The Authority and Big Johnny and all that stuff. Was like, look, CM Punk's your champion. CM Punk shouldn't be in the middle of your freaking show. He's your champion. So dumb. Even with Eva Marie attempting to hinder Carmella. Attempting to use the same cutscene to say, no, I'm going to interrupt you and you're going to get distracted and lose the match. Nope. Didn't work. Carmella is still fabulous. And there were a bunch of potentially good shots in there for thumbnails that I just can't use because YouTube are just too stupid. Now then, moving on. We had a GFW botch. GFW, aka Impact, aka TNA. You get the idea. There's Big Baby. Big Baby. We're not going to run it in on Big Baby because I need a thumbnail for this video. Therefore, that thumbnail is going to be James Ellsworth. So I can't necessarily interrupt Big Baby and his big pepperonis and whatnot. Anyway, so yeah. We have, there was a botch. Because as you might know, they're launching their own version of a network. With, all their back catalog, pay-per-views, etc., etc. Which, is fine. They've certainly had good matches back in the day, and whatnot. They've certainly had the talent, because most of that talent is now at WWE, right? But, apparently, somebody pressed some wrong switches somewhere, because they put up their network, and obviously they're going to charge a monthly fee, much like WWE Network, and it was all free. It didn't last very long, but it was all free. For a very brief period of time, they botched something, and it was like, oh yeah, here you go. And it was just free. And I'm like, wait, what? And yeah, they fixed that pretty fast. But I'm like, that's just one more botch in the long history of GFW botching, because that's kind of what they do now, isn't it? Isn't it? There we go. James, by God, Ellsworth, any man with two hands stands a fighting chance. Now, oh, I forgot. The Godfather. I'm sorry, no. Papa Shango is confirmed for 2K18. Because it was National Something Day yesterday, right? And now I can break out. And go to the top and say, hey, Big Baby! That was awesome. And much like Vince McMahon, now we have Papa Shango, who is not part of that original 2K18 roster reveals, so people are now speculating, well, are there more in the lead-up to the game? Are there more that they haven't announced? And is one of those James Ellsworth? So, we'll see. I'm hoping. I'm really, really hoping. Because you gotta have his Titantron and his music and everything else would be, you know, obviously very important to have in the game. So, unfortunately, when it comes to weird national holidays and observances and whatnot, National Pig Day, National Pork Day is March 1st. So, unfortunately, that does not line up with the Big HOG. Because James Ellsworth is the Big HOG, according to Daniel Bryan, anyway. So, looking at weird holidays that are between now and when the game launches, you have National, National Boyfriend Day, and they're doing this whole thing with Carmella and Ellsworth, and whatever else that might work. There was National, Treat Your Pets Right Day or something like that, and he's had that stupid dog collar as of this week on SmackDown. There's a couple of weird holidays that might tangentially fit for Ellsworth, but obviously National Pig Day would have been it for the Big HOG, and it's not, so that's kind of unfortunate. Anyway, there was one thing, though, I wanted to get into that I didn't discuss yesterday in terms of Power Slam. In terms of what was going on with the 2K18 My Career and how they've improved things. And one of those things is actually having, there's the WME, and then setting them up for that No Chin music. They've added custom animations for individual guys as they are coming out to the ring and cutting promos. So something like 200 new animations, so that you have things when they're making their promos look visually distinctive instead of having the same old tired animations for everybody. So that when you have the New Day, having a promo system battle with, say, Bray Wyatt, things look different and not, oh, they're just guys doing promos, right? Now, that is a great step in the right direction, and I will always give credit where credit is due. That is a great step in the right direction. However, when it comes to your realism, and it's always the most realistic ever, I really, really hope, and obviously the game's not out yet, but I really, really hope that some of those promos are actually, if they're just text, like they were last year, it was all just text, and I would imagine having all those guys on your roster record lines is impossible. If you have just text, then please, please, please write some text that is actually unique and distinctive to your individual superstars. I don't want to hear, I don't want to have a promo from Mojo Rawley or, Chad Gable sound exactly like every other guy, right? Like, for example, if Bray Wyatt isn't out there talking about being a god and saying run and all his stuff, right? If Taker isn't out there talking about taking your soul and rest in peace when he finishes his promo. Like, those are the things that should be in there, the little details. Like, for example, 90% of promos from Bray Wyatt are not cut in a ring. He's in a little dark room with some smoke on a video screen. That should be in the game, right? That wouldn't be that hard to have, okay, it cuts to the audience and they're watching him cut a promo on the monitor. That's usually how he cuts those promos. That's usually how that works. So, if he's in the ring, just like everybody else, that seems way less unique. If he's not saying, they lied to you, Randy, if Bray Wyatt isn't on a monitor somewhere cutting a rambling 5-minute promo that makes 0 sense, then you're not doing it right. I'm just saying. Like, it's the little things that go a long way to making your presentation seem like it's actually what you get when you watch it on TV. All I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing that it wouldn't be in there if it's not. I'm just saying there are these little things that they should be doing that, again, I hope are in there. But what we've seen, if it's just animations, that does help, that does go a long way. But if it's just animations and not actually, you know, they wrote text for Bray Wyatt, or they wrote text for Taker, or they wrote text for, you know, if Zack Ryder isn't ending his promos going woo woo woo, you know it, then what are you doing? You know? Like, these are the things that, you know, sure, in a couple of years, when guys change gimmicks, might seem dated. But for this year, you should have James Ellsworth cutting promos and saying, duh, because that's what he does. That's kind of the whole point. So, I don't know. That's just my thought on that matter. I think they're definitely making steps and strides in the right direction, but I feel like, once again, it's not going to go far enough. And for every year claiming it's the most realistic, and you're just not going far enough. And sure, I'm sure it's a time constraint, or I'm sure it's, you know, oh, we didn't have enough time or money or whatever else, but, again, number 3, if you're going to feed me the same lines in your promotional material about it being the most realistic and the most advanced and whatever else, then actually please do the work. All I'm asking. And there is your 4-star match, beating up that big baby. But no, the big HOG is not done yet. He's not done yet. He's not finished stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. That's right. James Ellsworth. Put some respect on my name, blah boy. And tomorrow, we will perfectly illustrate the point of how this game is not where it should be when we have a Undertaker call-out promo for Jinder Mahal. So I guess look forward to that. I'm Attack Slug. More videos every day. See you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.